Good evening, believers. How are we doing today? This is Love Coach Tasha coming to you today for the Healing Hour Live. Now, if you've never been with me, you don't know what it is that I do here. I am a love coach specifically for women who want to heal and reconcile after infidelity. You have been cheated on, and that's okay. All right. If you are trying to stay, whatever the reason is, I think there's some love underlying there, even if you have all these other reasons why you're staying, but you're staying right now. You're not letting this person go. You're not leaving them. You're trying to navigate this. How in the world do you get back to a happy, healthy relationship with them? I am here with the answers to that. I want to let you know exactly what it is that you need to do to get back to that happy, healthy relationship that you really feel is actually worth getting back to. You love this person. This is your person. Okay. If they're your person, I just accept that you are correct about that. I think that you're right. I think that whatever it is that you see in them, you are correct about it. And until that thing goes away magically, I think you should go ahead and go for what you want. I think you should be with the person that you want to be with. I think you should love them. I think you should forgive them. I think you need to get through this and stop hurting. Okay, that's what I believe. And I'm here to help you do that. All right, I got lots of different ways to do that. But the first things that I do every single week when I come and talk to you is I do the basics. All right, the basics. The things that you need to know, the things that you need to be doing on a regular basis to start to mitigate this damage that has happened, because that's what happened. You were damaged. This was a trauma. This was something terrible that happened to you, and that is part of being a human being. Okay, I get the fact that it is bad that it was this particular human being that did it to you, but being hurt and healing and growing and being a different person than you used to be is part of the human experience. All right. Yes, they cheated on you, but if you feel like they're worth a second chance, you feel like they are worth you healing and getting through this with them, then I think that you're correct about that. I think you found a good, stable, happy love that needs a little bit of work. Right? That's what it is. It needs a little bit of work right now. We can do a little bit of work. We can do the basics, and then we can get to a place where our emotions aren't all over the place. We're regulated. We're feeling pretty good in ourselves, and then the relationship gets better and better. Okay? So we got to heal this trauma. We got to heal this trauma. We got to get this off our backs. And the first things that I'm going to tell you about tonight are the things that you need to be doing to start to mitigate the effects of the trauma on your body and on your brain. Okay? So the first thing that we are always going to do every time we get together, I want you to do your deep breathing with me. Have you been doing your deep breathing? Let me know in the comments. Have you been doing it? Have you been stepping up and doing your deep breathing 5 times? 5 times a day? Have you been doing that? If you've not been doing that, you are doing yourself a disservice. You need to get on that. Okay? I need you to work on this. I need you to commit to yourself this teeny bit of self-care. I'm not even asking you for like a whole self-care regimen, okay? I'm not even asking you for that. I am asking you for the tiniest bit of self-care of breathing, taking the time with your body to breathe, all right? I guarantee you this one thing is going to help you tremendously on your healing path. If you do the breathing, if you do your deep breathing on a consistent basis, you will get your body to lower that alarm that's going off inside of it, scaring you to death, making you feel like every second he's going to cheat on you again. You've got to get back to baseline. You've got to get back to calm and in your right mind and able to think beyond pain to be able to have a good relationship. It's never going to be good if you can't get back to that place. So your deep breathing is your sign to your brain, hey, I am safe. I am in control of this situation. You don't need to worry about me. You don't need to send me into fight or flight. I don't need the adrenaline right now. I got this. It is just basically telling your brain that, pulling it down from those higher levels of alarm that you're at right now to a more baseline where you can manage it. You can get on top of it before it's on top of you. Okay? So we got to do our deep breathing. We do 5 times a day. Set an alarm on your phone. Do that right now. Okay? You got it in your hand. Do it. Go for it. All right. I'm not gonna go too much further. I give you a couple seconds. Give you about 10 more seconds for you to go and put in your first alarm. Put in the first thing in the morning when you wake up. Deep breathing. Put it in the note. All right. That's about 10 seconds. All right. Okay. So we are gonna do our deep breathing together. What I do is 4-7-8 breathing. You can pick whatever one you like. I don't care what particular style of deep breathing you do. Doesn't matter to me at all. As long as you're doing it consistently. That's all. That's all you need to be doing. You can do all of them. You can do every deep breathing technique you've ever seen live. Okay. You can do that if you want to. It's fine. Okay. But we are going to do 4-7-8 breathing. What we're doing is we're going to blow out like we're trying to deflate our lungs completely. Then we're going to inhale for a count of 4. Then you're going to hold your breath for a count of 7. And then you're going to blow out like you're blowing out cake, birthday candles on a cake for a count of 8. Okay. When we do this, we are inhaling, getting good oxygen in. Well, first of all, we're exhaling so we can get some space in our lungs. Then we're inhaling to get that oxygen in there. We are holding so that our body can actually use it. Like we're not just blowing it right back out. And then we are blowing out again because that sound of blowing out is releasing excess carbon dioxide. It is telling your brain, I am safe. I would not be exhaling and sighing like this if I was not safe. It convinces your brain over and over again when you make that blowing noise that you are okay. Okay? So, we're going to do our deep breathing together. 4-7-8 breathing. I'll walk you through it. Come on, do your deep breathing with me. First things first, we're going to blow out. Inhale through your nose. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Beautiful. How do you feel doing your deep breathing? How does your body feel? When we are talking about anxiety, when we are talking about fight or flight, we are talking about a real physical thing that is happening inside your body. Your blood flow is changing. Your heart rate is going up. Your blood pressure is going up. So when you do your deep breathing, you counteract all of that. It immediately starts to have an effect on your body, which makes you start to feel like, oh, okay, I don't need to be running right now. I don't need to be fighting anything right now. I am safe. All right. So put it in the comments. How does it feel when you're doing your deep breathing? What happens inside your brain? Doesn't it get a little quieter inside your head when you're sitting here trying to count? You count, doing the deep breathing, paying attention to the sensations of the breath coming into your body and leaving your body. If you just focus on the breathing 5 times a day, you will teach your brain where you want it to be energetically. You want it to calm down. And we just needed to start calming down all the way around so we can get hold on these feelings, and then we can start working on the stuff in the relationship, the actual like forgiving and stuff. You can't get to forgiving if you can't even breathe. If you're having a panic attack every 5 minutes, you can't get to forgiving. Okay? So we got to work on that physical thing that's happening to you first. Okay? Before anything else, if you do this on a consistent basis, you're going to feel better. Okay? Second thing that we're always going to talk about every time we get together, I need you to be doing your journaling. Are you doing your journaling? Are you taking that little bit of self care time? Again, not asking you for a lot of this. If you are neglecting your self care to the point where you won't even take the time to breathe, you won't even take the time to journal, how are you ever going to heal? How can you do it if you're not doing anything that would actually help you heal? Like actually help with the physical thing that happened. Because again, it is a trauma and that is a physical thing. That is not just a mental thing. It's not just an emotional thing. It is a physical thing that happened to you. If you start to do the things that turn that down, you start to heal. If you can't take that little bit of time for self-care, then you're not going to heal. You're just going to stay stuck. Okay? All right. So your journaling is about 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening. That's all I'm really asking you to do as a as structure. Okay? 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening, 10 minutes total of journaling a day. I don't want you to write a whole book. I don't want you to sit there and spend an entire hour writing and then get frustrated with your journaling because you were like, see, I didn't even feel better after I did all that. It's supposed to let off a little steam. All right. When you're sitting there and you're kind of bubbling and the thoughts are starting to come up, okay, take those thoughts that are bubbling up and write them down in the journal. Just put them down. It's literally just taking them out of your brain and putting them down on the paper. Tell your brain, hey, look, we can come back to this shit later. Okay. I gotta go to work. I got a life to live. I got kids and stuff. I cannot be focusing on this all the time. I understand that it's important. I'm putting it down in the book. Calm down a little bit. Just leading your brain the way you want it to go. So if you do that 2 times a day, that gives your brain the training that as it's bubbling, you don't have to like explode all over your partner. You can just write it down and your brain is like, okay, I know it's in the special book. We wrote it in the special book, so we can always come back to it. It's right there. All right. And the thought will leave you alone. Okay. That's what we're trying to do. Get our brains. Our brains are, again, part of this physical body. They have a job and they do the same job on all of us. It makes you sit there and think all the worst thoughts in the whole wide world. What if he's cheating? And what if this call or this text means this? It's a whole bunch of mess that your brain is throwing at you to keep you on alert. So we've got to start dealing with those thoughts in a constructive way. You feel me on that? Everybody that's with me right now, put some love in the comments. Let me know that you're with me. You feel what I'm saying here. All right. We are doing something physical for a physical thing that happened to you. Okay. We're taking it serious. So doing your journaling, I need you to do a couple things when you journal. I need you to do the date, the time, and your level of anxiety. Your date and time are going to give you markers for, okay, all right, I was doing this regularly. Okay, as I'm doing this regularly, it will show you patterns as you're doing it regularly. And then if you need to journal in between and you date and time, you can find patterns in the extra times that you're journaling, the extra times where you feel like, oh, my mind is bubbling up, I got to put this down. You will be able to see patterns in that too because you have the date and time. Okay. Then your level of anxiety, 0 to 10. We got to put a fence around these feelings so that we know how to handle them. We know they can't be bigger than us. They can only be as big as we are. So 0 to 10, that's as bad as it can get. 0 is no anxiety whatsoever. You are great. All is right with the world. Put that down. You want to write that down so that when you do feel bad, when you are at a 10, when you are at a 9, you can go back and look in your journal and be like, oh, but you know what? Yesterday was actually a great day. And like 2 days before that, I was like at a 1 and everything was going smooth. And it's not as bad as I think it is. Because your brain will alarm and tell you that it's all bad. Everything is worse than you think. Okay. If you have it written down that it was not that way, you can convince your brain that it's lying. You can make it calm the hell down. Okay. All right. So 10 is I want to rip my hair out, tear my clothes off, run screaming down the street naked. It is a loss of control. You are not sitting down journaling at a 10. Okay. It will help you keep a realistic view about where you actually are on the scale. If you're sitting down with pencil in your hand and getting ready to write in your journal, you are not a 10 right then. Okay. In that moment, you got to be less than a 10 because if you're out of control of yourself, you can't sit down and write. That's not what you do when you're out of control of yourself. You throw the pen if you are at a 10. Okay. You do not write with it. So you have some control over yourself if you are sitting down at your journal, getting ready to write in it. Okay. That's how you know. You can let your brain know that you are not as bad as you think you are. It's not as bad a feeling as you think it is because you are able to sit down and you are able to write right now. And you have enough control over yourself not to be screaming or, getting the police called on you or throwing knives or, throwing remote controls, anything like that. All right. You are in control of yourself enough that you are not running down the street screaming naked. Okay. All right. So when you're doing your journaling, write down your feelings, thoughts. First thing in the morning, plan out your day, things that you think might trigger you, things that you put down last night that you are like, okay, I can deal with this right now. What do we want to do about this? Just starting your day off. And then in the evening, when you do your journaling, just the top of mind, bubbly stuff, put it down and tell your brain, hey, look, I understand this is important to you, but we can come back to this tomorrow. Right now, I am not in any danger. I'm about to get into bed. I got to go to sleep. We got to shut this brain down for tonight. Unconscious, if you want to work on it tonight, if you want to think about it, you feel free to think about it. But I need some sleep. And then you do that, and then your brain will listen. It's very cool if you just do it. I swear it's cool if you do it because your brain will listen. So just tell it what you need it to do. And so then it's calming down. It is dealing with the problem, but in a more constructive way than it was before. Okay? All right. What else do we got? The next thing, and I'm always going to tell you when we get together, is I need you to cultivate an attitude of gratitude. Okay. I need you to do that. I need you to work on that. I need you to come from real deep inside and decide that you are grateful for your entire life, the good and the bad and the ugly, no matter what. I need you to like dig deep for it, okay? Because it's worth it. It really is worth it. When you are in this miserable state, it's very hard to get to happy from miserable. You're too far away. It's too big of a step for you to make. So what you got to do is find an intermediate step. And gratitude is an intermediate step between those two, okay? It is less than miserable. It's not quite happy yet, but it's definitely way better than being miserable. If you start to think about the things that you are grateful for, I had to sit down and I was challenged to write a list of accomplishments, and you feel kind of like it's hard to admit that you do things, you know what I mean? But I'm that bitch, I do things, and it's like I filled up the front and back of a page like really fast, and I was like, oh, okay, all right. I'm constantly like accomplishing things. If you give yourself credit for the good things that you have in your life, the things that are present, because you're an attentive person. You are here on the internet because you are paying your phone bill. All right. Gratitude for that. All right. Gratitude for the internet. Gratitude for communities that we can reach out to through the internet. If you just reach a little bit, you can find something that you're grateful for. You can do it. I swear you can. So if you do it enough times in a row, like if you make this a consistent thing, that's why I said a gratitude practice, okay? If you do this consistently, you will tell your brain what you wanted to look for. You know that thing? I can't think of the name of it right now. Watch, by the end of this, I'll be able to think of it. But the thing in your brain that makes you see things that you focus on, all right, that articulation system, something like that. But either way, it is the thing in your brain that tells you, oh, look, hey, there's a yellow Volkswagen when there's yellow Volkswagen around. Like all of a sudden, he's like, I see that. I'm paying attention to that because I look for a yellow Volkswagen. And I wanted to look for a yellow Volkswagen because my cousin used to drive a yellow Volkswagen. Okay. You say it to your brain enough, you think about it enough, your brain will start to search it out. So if you are regularly talking about the things that you're grateful for, your brain will search out things to be grateful for. It's awesome. You gotta play with the equipment, man. This body and this brain, they are physical on this planet for a reason. If you learn to just the way the controls work, you'll be able to heal from almost anything. Okay? So just understand that that is the way the controls work. If you focus your consciousness on, I want to find all the things that I can be grateful for, you'll see them. They will come to you. And that is the exact opposite of what your brain does automatically when you've been through a trauma. When you've been through a trauma, everything is horrible, right? That's all you can see. Everything seems bleak. Everything is cloudy. Everything is rain. But when you are consistently looking for the good stuff, your brain will be looking for it and finding the good stuff, and you'll feel better. All right? It's a very simple concept. I promise you, try it. It works. All right. So, Thirsty Thursday, I always post just to get some good news out there while we're dealing with the problems. Yes, we are healing. Yes, this was a very serious thing that happened. However, there are still things to be grateful for, and we can't argue with that. It is a real thing in the world, and that's okay if we are acknowledging it. So, Jessica said in Thirsty Thursday, I am very thankful to my hubby. He's making an effort to make me happy. Oh, it's not always exactly what I need at the time, but what matters the most is him trying to make me smile. And that is the thing. You gotta see it, okay? It's a bid. He is like, hey, I'm trying. I may not get it correct. I may not be doing the thing in the moment that you think that you need. I get it, but I am here. I am seeing you have an issue. I am trying to connect with you. I just want to make you smile. That is love, okay? Even if he doesn't get it right, even if he doesn't get exactly the action right, it's the thought that counts. It is the intention behind it. The intention is, hey, I'm here. I am trying to show you. Now, in that moment, absolutely, Jessica, you can just let him know, hey, I'm so glad that you're here with me in this moment. Thank you. I feel the love. I understand the love. Hey, can you do X, Y, and Z for me? Let them know in the moment. At this is what would make me smile, and then proceed to smile when he does it. Okay. I know a lot of women get caught up in the whole, I shouldn't have to tell him what to do. Yes, the fuck you should. Why shouldn't you? That is crazy. I never understood that. Tell the person you love the best way to love you. That is a great thing to do. I know the fairy tales, we all think that, oh, he's supposed to be Prince Charming, so he's going to know exactly what to do to show me love every minute of every day. That's crazy. Okay. You have completely different brains. How would he know all of that? You need to just say in the moment, here, this is what I'm needing. Then let him do it. Then proceed to actually appreciate it. Proceed to just be in it, understand that it is given with love, and just enjoy that, soak that up, and let that heal you. Okay? Does that make sense? Just it's a good thing to know. Okay, it's a good thing to hold on to and be repeatedly doing, is paying attention when they're trying to give you your love. But Jessica, I'm so excited that he is constantly trying and showing you that love. You deserve it. You absolutely deserve it. I am glad that he is treating you like the queen that you are. All right. So if you got anything else for me for Thursday, put it in the comments. Let me know. Put it in there. I will shout you out because we need to be sharing the good stuff. I understand that in this situation, there's a lot of bad stuff to share to get off your chest. But if anything good is happening, acknowledge it, shout it from the internet, and really acknowledge it and live in it for a few minutes so that you can change emotions a little bit. Like, even if it's just a little bit of relief from being stressed out a little bit. Hey, look, this wonderful thing happened. I'm gonna just celebrate it for a couple of minutes. That's okay to do. That's all right to do. As a matter of fact, it is very healing to do. So throw them in the comments. Go ahead and let me know what good things you are grateful for, what bad things you are grateful for this week. Because for real, you can be grateful for the bad stuff too. All right. If you can find the silver lining, Marie said last week, if you can find that silver lining in that dark cloud, you're on the right track. All right. You can see that spark even in the darkest times. You will be able to heal this. You will be able to fix this damage to your brain and to your body. You will be able to do it if you can just find the good even in the bad. All right. All right. Let's see. Last thing that I'm always going to tell you, always going to remind you of that you're probably not going to want to hear. I need you to stop asking all those damn questions. I need you to stop. I need you to stop. I am here to tell you that that is a trauma response. Your brain is doing it like every other woman's brain is doing it, and it sucks. Okay? It is not giving you any healing, is it? It just leads you to more questions to ask, doesn't it? And then you got him on the hot seat. All right. You're asking him the same question multiple times. You are on this full-fledged interrogation, treating him like the perp instead of like the person that you love. You got to get control over that. I promise you, it is an automatic thing in your brain. Your brain is treating him like a threat. And so when it treats something like a threat, it wants to find out all the information that it possibly can about that threat. So he's going to constantly asking him questions. However, you don't trust him. Your trust has been broken. You have been betrayed. So you don't believe shit he says anyway. All right. It's in the way. I swear to you, it's in the way. And I promise you, you will understand more if you start down the healing path a little bit. Let the questions go for now. All right. For now, start to heal. Start to get control over your body and your brain again. Start to regulate your emotions. It's then that you could actually understand some of what has happened. All right. You can't do it in the state that you're in. You cannot sit here and figure out complex mental processes while your brain is short circuiting, screaming at you that there's danger at every corner. How can you do that? It's too much for you right now. Okay. In the moment, until you can bring it down a few levels, you can have some decent conversation with him that's not about him cheating. If we can get to that place, then you will be capable of full communication where you say something and he hears you and he responds to you and you hear him. You can't do all of that when you are in fight or flight mode. It's just not the way your body is designed. All right. If you're in fight or flight, your ears are rushing, aren't they? Don't you hear that rushing of the blood rushing in your head when you are in that state? When you are asking him these questions, you are elevated. Your blood pressure is high. You can feel your pulse thumping in your neck. You are not in the condition to have any conversation and actually understand it. No, you're not in a condition for it. So instead of doing that, get a little ways down the healing path, okay? Go ahead and get to the place where you are a little calmer, your blood pressure is under control, you are not freaking out every 5 minutes, and then you can get some answers, all right? It won't be a trauma response then. So it won't be just question after question after question after question after question. No breaks, no end in sight. It will be more pointed questions. It will be more questions that were actually the things that you want to know instead of just the questions your brain is throwing out there at random, trying to treat him like he's a threat. All right. Does that make sense? I know that's difficult. I am saying that it is a response of your brain. It is a physical thing. So, if it's a physical thing and we need to actually do something to scratch that itch instead of interrogating him, got something better. The and, THEAND, the and comes from the good people at the Skin Deep. If you go on Amazon, it's about $30 for this game. It is 199 questions that you can ask your honey that will reconnect you. This is the Healing Edition game. There's good questions. Better questions than the questions that you want to ask in that panic state, in that interrogation state. You don't want to ask good questions. You don't want to ask questions that connect you. You want to ask questions that put distance between you, and that's not going to help you heal. It's not going to help you get to a better place in the relationship. Okay? So if that's really what you want to reconnect, you want to get to a good place in the relationship, you're going to need to ask better questions. So these are good questions. I'll give you 3 of these. Now, you really only need 2 or 3 of these. You don't need to go all hog wild with these. Like 2 or 3 will give you a good hour-long conversation. You'll be able to sit there and talk about stuff for a minute. So don't try and deal out like a whole deck of cards, okay? You're going to exhaust yourself. It's going to be too overwhelming. He's not going to be able to participate. 2, 3 card stops, okay? First one says, how do you describe our relationship to others? My honey says good things about me. Makes me blush, man. Like I hear from his coworkers and everything. They're like, we hear good stuff about you. They're like, oh, he's talking nice about me. But how do you describe our relationship to others? All right. The next one says, if you could make a tagline for our relationship, what would it be? Like, is it McDonald's? Is it I'm loving it? Like, what is it? If you could make a tagline for our relationship, what would it be? Something creative, something get your brain going, not that base part of your brain that's all afraid. The more intellectual, larger part of your brain up here, engaging that, thinking of something creative, okay? If you could make a tagline for our relationship, what would it be? I've been telling y'all questions from this deck for years now, and yeah, I don't think I've ever come across that question before. Right? And then one more quick shuffle here. What am I missing? Ooh, don't you want to know? Don't you want to know? Wouldn't that be better to know than how they had sex and what hotel they were in? And did you tell her you loved her? And was she trying to be your girl? Wouldn't that be a better question? What am I missing? Let me tell you. Go ahead, find out. It's surprising sometimes when you find out. You're like, damn, man. Oh, he's paying attention. I think he really is true about that. I listen to that. Alrighty, y'all. So that is the basics. That's all the stuff that I want to tell you about because I need you to know about it. All right. I need you to know this basic stuff. If you can do this stuff, if you can do your deep breathing, do your journaling, be grateful, and stop asking all those damn questions, you're going to be well down the healing path. You are going to be on it. You are going to be feeling better. You're going to be seeing things in a different manner. It is going to be noticeable if you just do the basics. Okay? Somebody in the comments, give me some likes, give me some love if you are willing to just stick with it for a week and see what happens. All right? All righty, y'all. So we're getting to my exciting news. I'm happy. I'm so excited. Because, dude, next month, all right, next month it's coming. And I love it every year. I love it every year. And I'm excited that it is going to be here. Kendra, I see you, girl. Try it for the next week. That's what I'm talking about. You about to get on this next thing too, Kendra. You about to get on the next thing. I am proud to announce, oh, the Trust Issues Challenge. Girl, we are about to do the thing. All right. This is what you've been waiting for. If you have been trying to figure out how the hell you are supposed to trust him anymore, all right, I am here with the challenge for you. Okay. We go through this as a comprehensive thing. We go through this for an entire week. Okay. We cover every step of my dreams formula to healing and reconciling after infidelity. Honey, we go over it, we go under it, we explore it, we do challenges associated with it every single day. All right. Throughout the week, May 5th through the 9th, put it on your calendar. As a matter of fact, let me put it in the comments so you can click on it, get in it. If you are participating with me 5 days in a row, you are going to discover that it's not as difficult as you actually think to trust again. It is exercise. It's all it is. It is a muscle that got hurt in an injury, and we are here to work it out, do a little physical therapy on that bad boy, and get it back operational again. Your trust is like every other muscle in your body. If it's injured, okay, we take care of it, and then we do things to heal it. It's a pretty simple process if you just know what to do. And I know what to do. We have been running this challenge. I know I've been doing this challenge since 2019. Oh, goodness. Yeah. I've been doing it since 2019. How many years is that? I have been doing that challenge every year, and I love doing it because it gets results, okay? The women who come and participate in the challenge are feeling like they're in control of themselves, in control of the idea of trusting again after they've been through the entire challenge. Just every day thinking about it and working on it, having something simple to do that shows you that trust is not this big, huge, complicated thing that you can't wield. It is a muscle just like any other. If you use it, if you practice with it, it will get better, it will get stronger, you'll be able to do more with it. Okay? And we're going to trust in ourselves more than anything. Just reach out for this little bit of help. Go ahead and click that link and get in on the challenge so that you can work on the trust all week long. Lives with me. Lives every morning. Every morning, 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm here. We doing. Okay? I try and make it like 11 o'clock because I know, overseas, you can see it then at nighttime. However we got to do it, I want you to join me all week long for the Trust Issues Challenge. It's been running since 2019. It has been getting results since 2019. Since the first time I put it together in, I think it was like a week and a half. I just decided, I was like, okay, I got you on the trust thing. I got steps for that. Put it together in a hot minute. Told a few people about it. I think I boosted a post. Got like 20 people out at the first time. We had a ball and we worked on that trust every single day. And by the end of it, it's not overwhelming anymore. It's not, oh, I can't trust. How could I possibly trust anymore? It's, oh, I can trust. I got this. This is not that big a deal. I got this. Repeat these and repeat what I've been doing. Okay, gotcha. And if you do it consistently, you're going to be in a much better, more trusting place. All right. I know about this stuff. I'm 17 years out. I've been practicing this trust thing for a long time. This stuff works. Okay. Kendra, you said you're excited for that, girl. I'm excited too. All right. Let me know. Because I just set everything up today, and that link, make sure that you actually like get an email from me. Like you should like immediately, like within like 10 minutes, get an email from me. So when you hit it, and if you don't get it, let me know. Make sure it will work for me, but sometimes it'll work for me and it won't work for everybody else. So just let me know when you sign up. I'm excited, girl. I'm excited about it. I love doing the Trust Issue Challenge. This is the big one. This is the one where this is everything that everybody wants to know about trusting again. We go over it. Whatever questions you got, bring them. But we're probably gonna talk about what you're talking about anyway, because we go deep, we go comprehensive in the Trust Issues Challenge. Karen said, your challenges are always very informative and awesome. Oh, thank you, Karen. I appreciate it. That's what I'm going for. When I first started doing the challenges, I was nervous about it, but the results speak for themselves. Like, I can't even be nervous. I gotta be excited because I got the information. If I can just hit you with it, like every day, 5 days in a row. That's why I get excited about working with women one-on-one and get excited about doing group programs, because I love being able to work with you one-on-one, answer your questions in the moment, and give you a strategy. Like, you will have things that you can do, that you will be consistently working on, that every day you can be building that trust muscle right back up to where the two of you are on that good trusting soil. Now, you are not going to get back to 100% trust. Let me just say that right here, right now, because that's crazy. I don't believe in that. I think that's nuts. I don't know if that was the patriarchy that told us that we needed to trust these men 100%. I don't trust myself 100%. That's crazy. I'm not doing that. I am saying a good, healthy level of trust. A healthy level of trust for somebody you love and you got to live with, 80%. All right, we can get back up to 80. All right. If this cheating took you down to like 50s and whatnot, 40s and whatnot, okay. All right, I get it. But you got to put together everything that they do, everything that you can trust them on, and count it all up and do the averages. And 80% trust is good. My husband, he's up there. He's like 92, 93%. I'm about 96, 97 on myself. So, I trust him pretty good at this point. But that was practice. That was working on it. That was paying attention to how I feel about things, paying attention to him, paying attention to the person that I'm married to, trusting myself to know the person that I'm married to. And I'm trying to tell you, if you work on this a little bit at a time, consistently, you're going to trust again. Okay? Man, I'm so glad you are here. I'm talking about the Trust Issues Challenge, girl. I'm ready for it. It is going to be next month. It's going to be May 5th. But of course, I got to announce to y'all now. I want y'all to know, get signed up for it. I've sent you emails and stuff about trust. You can text me. You can message me back about the things that you're having issues with trusting when you get the email from me. Go ahead and feel free to reply and let me know, hey, I'm glad that I'm in the challenge, and this is the stuff that I'm having trouble with when it comes to trusting this person again. All right. Like I got a question the other day. What was the question? She said, where is it? How am I supposed to trust him again when every time I try, my mind just fills with doubts and worst case scenarios? Okay, we're going to talk about that in the Trust Issues Challenge. We are going to talk about exactly why that happens. It happens because it's a trauma response. It is your brain doing the alarm thing to say that, no. If you get close to this person again, this person hurt you. So this person is somebody that we should stay far away from. All right. But if you let your brain do that, it will start to do it to everybody. It will start to say that, oh, everybody is a potential danger. Everybody could betray you, which is true. And if you sit there and spiral down with your thoughts, with your doubts, you are not going to live a very happy and like companion-filled life. It's going to be a little lonely if you don't pay attention to that. So yes, every time you try, your brain is going to fill up with those doubts and those worst case scenarios, because your brain does not want to admit that this is a person that you love and you want to be close to. It wants you to be far, far away from them because they hurt you once. But the fact is, like any successful relationship, like think about it, if your relationship lasts an entire lifetime, it's still going to end in heartbreak. Okay? You signed up for the heartbreak too. I know we all signed up for the love. We want to be in love. We want to be happy. We want to live this life together. And that is great. If you can live this life and forgive and have a beautiful life together, even if from now forward everything is perfect between the two of you, it will still end in heartbreak. There is no need to be afraid of that. There is no need for your brain to be screaming and alarming about that all day, every day. Tell it to shut the hell up and let you actually enjoy the ride. If you live an entire lifetime together, you're in your 90s, you're in your late 90s, you happen to be separated by death, that is heartbreak, okay? No matter what, loving somebody and putting your heart on the line like this is going to cause you some heartache. But that doesn't mean it's not worth the ride, baby. You got to go ahead and ride it for all it's worth in the time that you have. In the moments that you have right now, enjoy them all so that the heartbreak is worth it. Every second of the heartbreak is like, you know what? It was worth it. I'm glad I got to go on this ride. I'm glad I got to be with my person. All right. And that's trusting you. That's not even really trusting him. That is trusting you to understand that there will be heartbreak involved in this whole thing, but it's worth the ride if you just go ahead and open up to it. It's worth it. All right. I don't know. You tell me in the comments. Let me know if you feel like it's worth it. All right, because if it's your person, like, isn't it worth it? Like, it's worth it for me. Knowing, like, my husband's 10 years older than me. Like, the idea that, oh, one of these days he's probably gonna like die before me. Heartbreak, yes. So it makes me live every single day even harder. All right. More love, more putting myself on the line, more of my heart out there because I know it's finite. I know it will come to an end one day. And even if I leave first, it's still got to be that every minute I spent with my person was spent in love and trusting and happiness. Like if you can get to just that mind state, it's a little bit easier to push away those negative thoughts and to go ahead and just go for it on a day-to-day basis. The day you find out that he was cheating, that was like one day. It might have been some triple truths, might have been some days, but like in comparison to your relationship, wasn't it much fewer? Wasn't there way more good parts than there were bad parts? I assume that because you love this person, you want to stay with them, you want to be with them. So the math on that had to be more good than bad, right? So if that is the case, and you know that, and that's how you feel about this person, you go for it. All right. You love them as much as you can. You love them till the wheels fall off. Heartbreak be damned. All right. Tell your brain that we're not worried about that. We are not concerned about that. We are concerned with living in as much love and abundance of love as for as long as we possibly can. All right. That makes sense. I hope so. Hey. All right. You all let me know if you got questions, comments, thoughts, complaints, anything about the trust issues challenge. I got you. Okay. Let me know. Okay. What else was I going to tell you? Oh, we were going to talk a little bit about the dreams formula. If you have not gotten a copy of my dreams formula, okay, if you're in Love After Cheating, you gave me your email address, I sent you one. Just check your email. It's Dasha at lovecoachdasha.com. I'm in there. All right. if you joined in Love Never Cheating. If you want me to send you one on Instagram, go ahead and put in Path, PATH. If you just put that into the comments, it'll come to me. All right. You will be sent the link to get it. If you were in my Love After Cheating group and you didn't get one, go to the top of the group. It's right in the pin post at the top of the group. Says, here it is. Get your copy of the dreams formula. Yeah, that's what I said. So just click on that. It will take you to the link to get it. But the dreams formula is my step by step, like formula for how to heal and reconcile, how to get out of the funk, how to get out of the deep, dark woods and make your way back to your home, your fairy tale ending. Okay. You are lost in the woods. All right. And to be able to get out, you've got to find the path. You got to find the healing path. And that's what the dreams formula is. It is that path. All right. That's why it's laid out in the freebie. So make sure you get that, read through it, and walk you through the entire thing. You can heal. If you got the stuff that I told you in the beginning, you got the dreams formula, you can do this all on your own. Okay. You don't even need me. But I am happy to help you. All right. I would love to be a part of your healing journey. I would love to be your fairy godmother and point the path out. Be like, hey, this is the path right here, and lead you to it. Okay. All right. But the dreams formula, we are on the third part of the dreams formula, which is evaluating the why. Now, the first two parts didn't even have anything to do with it. The decision was the first part. We are going to make that decision all by ourselves based upon our feelings and based upon what we want our relationship and our lives to look like. Okay. If you want to stay, it is fine to stay. Don't you worry none about what other people have to say about it. You go ahead and do what you feel is right for your life. All right. But then comes the R, where it's just recognizing the fear speech, because that's some scary shit to do, isn't it? To put your heart on the line like that, to say, you know what, I'm going to stay with this person who I know has hurt me, I know has betrayed me, I know has sinned against me. I'm still believing. I'm still believing in my own judgment, in my decision. I think that we are going to make it. I think that we're going to be okay. It is hard to tell your brain that. Your brain is screaming at you in the fight or flight that, no, this is dangerous. This is scary. He's going to hurt you. You got to learn to hear that voice. Say, yes, I understand that. I know what I'm signing up for. I am in control of this situation. Don't you worry about me. I'm not going to be hurt. And you just go ahead and move on. All right. Keep on with the keeping on, even though your brain is screaming, even though other people's brains are screaming at you. People that you talk to about this, they will tell you all of their fears too. And it piles on, and all your fears are the same as their fears, right? It's the same thing. So it makes you feel like it's real. It's not. It's all fear. All right. You can have a wonderful, happy relationship. I am living it, so I know that it's true. All right. So, all right, we've got the first two things, didn't even really have anything to do with him, but evaluating the why, that does have to do with him, because we want to know why the hell he did this, don't we? We want to know what is going on inside your brain. And the problem with that, the thing that people will tell you, oh, you're supposed to know why he did this so you can prevent him from doing it again. Okay, we're not looking at the why as a control mechanism. It is not effective to learn it as a control mechanism. You have to learn it as a way to find your compassion for this person. You have to make up your mind that understanding why is about understanding what pain made this terrible idea of his seem like a good idea. Because that's what it is, right? You are not doing anything this stupid if you're feeling good. If you know you've got a person who loves you, you love them, what would make you put it all online like that unless you weren't feeling very good about yourself, right? So we need to figure out what it was that was going on inside their heads. And I'm going to give you 3 categories of things that be going on in their heads. Okay. The first thing was sick. Sick is any illness, mental or physical. Okay. If you are suffering from mental illness, depression, bipolar disorder, all sorts of things will make you act out in ways that you wouldn't normally act out if you weren't suffering from the symptoms of that illness. The same thing happens when people have heart problems. They will act out. So many people, so many men come into the ICU, come into the tele unit with their mistress because they fell out with the mistress and then their wives beat them up there. It happens all the time. All right. People who are ill do not make good decisions. All right. You're not in the state of mind to be making good decisions. Your body is fighting off something that is attacking it. So you're not in the best state of mind to be able to do that. All right. You're not in the best state of mind to be able to make good decisions for yourself. Okay. Mental and physical illness. Then there is sad. Sad is a loss of some kind. Grief. All right. Grief makes us do crazy things. Grief makes us do things that we would never think to do. Creates that anger, it creates that sadness, it creates apathy, it makes all sorts of things that aren't a good idea seem like a good idea. I have on two occasions seen somebody having sex in a funeral parlor. Okay. Grief does that type of thing to you. The body's in the next room, you're having sex over here. Craziness. Okay. But it makes you do things that you wouldn't ordinarily do because loss and grief affect us again in a physical way. It is a trauma, it is a blow. And so there is, again, just like with illness, there is something physically going on when you're grieving, you have a loss, okay? And it could be any kind of loss. It could be like a loss of their manhood. You start making more money than them, or they're not where they think that they should be at that midlife crisis point when the hormones start changing. All sorts. Oh, hormones go in the sick part too. Their testosterone dipping, yeah, that goes in the sick part too. But in the sadness, like if they've had a loss, a lot of men just kind of bury stuff. They're not supposed to cry. So how else do you deal with a loss if you can't ever cry? So if he's ever had a loss and you thought that, oh, I wonder why he didn't really like act like that made a big deal to him, it's because he's suppressing his emotions. And people who are suppressing their emotions are not feeling real good on the inside. Again, more prone to making bad decisions. Okay. And the third thing is stupid, but it's not what you think it is. All right. Stupid is not about him being stupid. All right. Too simple. It's about all the stupid things we're taught about relationships. It's about all the stupid coping mechanisms that they're taught. Like little boys are taught that their coping mechanisms are supposed to be women and money. All right. If you don't have a lot of money, you better have a lot of women. All right. If you got one woman, why don't you have two? There's a whole lot of like misogyny and all that floating around about the things that they think is manly and the things that they are told are supposed to make them feel good about themselves. So if you listen to that your entire life, the whole time you're coming up, the whole time you're a virgin, people are giving you a hassle about that. And then as soon as you're not a virgin, they're like, well, how come you're not sleeping with multiple people? Your point of view would be a little skewed too. All right. You would think that that is the right thing to do to use to make yourself feel better in that time and all of the stupid things that you are hearing that make you so uncomfortable. It seems like that is the right thing to do because it's what you've been told, it's what you've been modeled, it's what you've seen on TV and movies. It's what you've seen time after time after time. It's stupid. And that's physically that's affecting your brain. It's stunning your growth, it's stunning your development. If you think that your coping mechanism should be another human being, like if I feel bad enough about myself, let me use them to make myself feel better. That's not a good place mentally. All right. So if you can see it from that perspective, if you can see it from not from, oh, he just doesn't love me, very rarely has anything to do with it. And very rarely. That is a very rare scenario. Most of the time, it is they are struggling within themselves. They're experiencing some type of pain, but they don't have any outlet for it because men are told not to cry. All right. My husband discovered crying. He was like, oh my God, do you know how much easier it would have been to deal with my life if I had been able to cry? It's like, yeah, baby, I know it's unfair. I don't know why they mess with y'all like that. I don't know why they give you that such a hard time about just expressing emotion. I know it's terrible, but like, if you can get them to do it, great. But it takes a while to get to that place where you can be open enough, emotionally, be able to cry. So you got to use the coping mechanisms that you have until you get better ones. And that is what is happening here. He was using a very bad, very poor coping mechanism. And that hurt you. And that was purely coincidental. It was not intended to hurt you. It was because he was hurting on the inside. Does that make sense to y'all? Let me know if you feel like, oh, okay, I can maybe have a little compassion for him. if it's like that. And I understand he lost his mom, or he lost his sister, he lost his dog, he lost his job. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was hurting. So it seemed like he was dealing with it all right, but actually, he didn't, he'll handle it very well because he did this. That is what is happening most of the time when somebody does something really terrible, some really bad decision that came from pain. All right. That hurt people, hurt people. That's how it goes. So we've got to learn to recognize the hurt and accept that that was the root cause of this pain that happened to you. You got hurt because he was hurting and didn't have the proper coping skills to be able to deal with it. And you can have compassion for that, right? That's not impossible to think about. Like maybe, okay, a little compassion for the fact that he was going through some pain and he didn't know what to do with those feelings, and those big feelings came out in big bad ways. All right, it's not a terrible jump if you can understand that it was pain and not malice. It's stupidity, not malice. He does love you. Don't believe what your brain is saying. Your brain, is saying, no, he couldn't have loved you if he ever cheated on you. Oh, Lord have mercy. I swear. The best analogy I can have for that is the fact that you can sin and still love God. If you believe in God, you know that you're a sinner. You know that you do the wrong things on a regular basis, even when you're trying very hard not to. That doesn't mean I don't love God, does it? Is that what that means? No. It means I'm a person and I fail sometimes. That has nothing to do with your emotion. You can fail entirely, but you can love somebody completely. So, you got to just recognize that it's not about the love. It is more about the pain. That if you are experiencing pain, that pain came from somewhere. And if you can understand where it came from and start to have a little compassion for him, it is easier to forgive if you can have compassion for what happened to them that made them do the thing that hurt you. Does that make sense? Let me know if I sound crazy. Y'all understand what I'm talking about? I'm just madness over here. I just want you to understand the path to actually healing from this, to actually getting back to a place where you can trust people again. Like, okay, if you break up with them after this, you're like, oh, it's just too hard. I can't do it. It's still going to haunt you in the next relationship. It's still going to be the exact same thing. You're going to still have to get past your body reacting to a close person being in that personal space, being able to hurt you. It's still going to be the same amount of healing. So if you want to heal with this person, it's perfectly worth doing with this person. Okay? All right. Whew. I feel like we got a lot covered there. All right, let me make sure I go back and say, join me for the Trust Issues Challenge. I'm excited. I can't wait. All right, so the last thing that I'm going to do before we go is remind you to do your affirmations. Have you been doing your affirmations? I need you to jump on that. I need you to do that, okay? Get yourself together over here. Do your affirmation, all right? If you go ahead and just every day insist that good things about yourself, your brain will have to listen to you. All right. I know in the pain, your brain is saying very, very mean things to you. And in order to stop it, you have to choose to say good things about yourself. That's how that works. That is how that works. So if you want your brain to change what it's saying, you have to give it a new message. You have to tell it that, nope, I'm not going to believe all the doom and gloom. Here is what we're going to believe. You look yourself in the eye, in your camera, in your mirror, wherever it is that you can see yourself, and you record that in your brain, saying this good thing about you and what you're going to have in your life. If you do that, when you're in the moment and your brain is trying to shout you down with terrible stuff, you can say to your brain, well, no, I have this recording of me saying the good thing, and I don't believe the bad thing. I believe the good thing. And you can play it back. and your brain will keep on playing it back until you actually believe it. So if you do this consistently and you're doing this day by day by day by day, you are constantly bringing your anxiety about things down, and you're constantly rewriting what your brain says about you and taking yourself out of that traumatic brain state. Okay. So, this is the affirmation for today. Today, I have faith. Today, I have faith and truly believe that anything is possible. I am here to tell you it is. I know for certain that you healing from this, you getting to a better place, your relationship getting better, you feeling the love again is absolutely possible if you have faith and you do small actions every day. You can heal. I am here to help you heal. All right. So you go ahead and you message me if you want to work with me. I do have some programs already open. As a matter of fact, my one-to-one coaching, there's going to be an email that comes out about that. That is going to be $555 for 3 months. And you'll be working with me as closely as you want to. It's usually 11 a month, but I decided to bring it down in celebration of the Trust Issues Challenge starting soon. So if you want to get in and be on my one-to-one client roster, go ahead and message me and I will send you a link to get on my calendar. We can have a little chat about it. You can see if that's the type of level of attention that you need, and we can work it out. All right. But in the meantime, even if you don't want to work with me personally right this minute, you need to work with me personally in the Trust Issues Challenge. All right. Go ahead and click the link. It will be up everywhere by midnight. All the banners, the top of the group. It'll be in my link tree, on my profile. It'll be everywhere. You'll see it everywhere by midnight. But right now, if you're in the group, go ahead and click on the link and join me for the Trust Issues Challenge, May 5th through 9th. We're having the prize drawing that following Monday on the 12th. So we got prizes and everything, girl. If you participate, it's more than just trusting again. It's more than that. All right. We do Amazon gift cards. You're going to get a journal. You're going to get a pen from me. You're going to get all sorts of cool stuff. If you just go ahead and sign up and participate, you can win the Trust Issues Challenge. But you will win anyway if you participate in it, because you are going to be able to trust again. That's the real win. All right. That's the win I give to everybody, is the ability to trust again after this infidelity. Okay. All righty, y'all. I think that's about it. I don't see any comments, questions. I think that's it. Let me refresh. Let me make sure there's no questions in the comments. I'm so excited about the Trust Issues Challenge. I absolutely love this challenge. It is a game changer. It is like, oh, I got it. All right. Yeah. Trust. I got this. Not that hard. All right. It will be like that when you get finished. It will change the way you think about it. All right. Okay, y'all, that's about it. Thank you so much for joining me for the Healing Hour Live. And look out for the link for the Trust Issues Challenge. It is coming your way, especially if you're on my email list. That's coming at midnight too. Let's see. Do your deep breathing, do your journaling, practice gratitude, stop asking all those questions to him, and do your affirmation. And more than anything, don't do what the fear tells you to do. Today, tomorrow, the next day, that fearful thought in your brain, that voice that's screaming at you to do something that you don't even really want to do, don't do it. Okay? Do the exact opposite of it. Go to your honey, get a hug, wrap yourself up in his arms, breathe in his scent, and calm yourself down. Don't do what the fear is telling you. Do the exact opposite. You'll be doing good this week. All right. So meet me back here next week, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Thursday, for the Healing Hour Live. And let me know how it goes when you're doing all of the things this week. If you said, Kendra said she was going to do it. If you are here and you are willing to do it this week, go ahead and work on it this week. Do all the things that we talked about this week. And meet me back here next Thursday and tell me how different you feel. All right. All right, y'all. Thank you for joining me. I will check you out next week for the Healing Hour Live. Bye, Instagram. And bye over here on Facebook and YouTube.